Chris Tansky.
Chris Seaver. Hello.
Oh my goodness, it has been
Too long.
a dragon's age.
How long is a dragon's age?
It's about a few months.
Right,
Yeah.
2?
It's been a while.
Yes.
And we're transported here.
Yes, we took a time portal to your old movie room, your basement.
Yeah,
They recreated VR tech. They stripped us back a little bit here for this episode. We don't even have students.
No students. Yeah, because I mean, it's just, we're basically in the past. We're in 2018.
Yes.
Tansky.
We got a portal pass, and we were allowed to come back to 2018 to experience the
I miss all this.
the holidays. Yes.
Good times.
Somebody changed your room while you were we were away. Interesting.
You know what's also interesting is all of our friends and family didn't even know we were gone.
No, because it's a minute to them.
Yeah.
Where it was like months to us.
Years even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yes.
Good times.
First time back in a long time, and why we got the portal pass was to experience a little bit of some Halloween magic.
Mm-hmm.
We're right in the thick of the holidays,
yeah.
This is like our pass to, and then we'll have to go back and teach. But I'm glad they allow us to do this. So.
Don't worry, folks. We will talk about the 80's.
Yes,
of
always.
course. This is It Crept from the 80's.
Yes.
But there's some modern flair going on here. And
This is a special modern episode.
Yeah, we're experiencing some modern times right now, and
glorious ones. At that. We've been traveling.
Mm-hmm.
We both not at the same time.
No,
went
unfortunately.
Went to the West Coast for the first time.
I was there for my honeymoon.
Oh, that's right.
But we didn't. All we did was the convention in downtown Disney. That's
right.
it.
Okay. So this was a real.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was experiencing LA in a very short period of time.
Yes. Same here.
But our various things we had going on kept us from doing episodes.
Yes.
Teaching, learning and teaching.
We promised you a special Halloween, and it just did not was not.
There was a lot of stuff we said.
Yeah.
And Tansky in particular, he's got a very demanding job, and October happens to be the most demanding month of that job. I would say.
Yes. But this was definitely an anomaly because we actually had a convention where we normally don't.
Yeah. So that's where you were. So what exactly did you do, Mr. Chris Tansky, in the months you've been away?
For those fans of horror, it is the 40th anniversary of the 1978 classic film John Carpenter's Halloween. And those living under a rock, there was a new movie made, H40, if you will. So this whole Halloween season's been a big to-do for us at Fright Rags, and just for horror fans in general, because there's the excitement for this movie to come out. So they decided to have a 40th Halloween convention in Pasadena, where a lot of the movie was filmed, and we, as an entire team at Fright Rags, flew out and experienced the convention, selling and being and
lost my plane ticket in the mail.
It was in your back pocket, and you washed those jeans. And I told you not to wash your clothes.
The unofficial member of the Fright Rags team,
underground. But it was absolutely amazing. My first time on the West Coast, and it was just a perfect trip. We had an Airbnb. And we stayed there, and it was just a great experience. The convention was fantastic. The people at the convention were amazing. From the start on, it was a Saturday to Sunday convention, where normally they're Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but from the start Saturday till about 5, it was like, I think it was 10 to 5. There was a line for the length of 3 football fields. No. We had a long line throughout the convention. It was amazing and humbling, and people were just the best. They were so excited to see us as we to see them, and it was a great experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celebs were cool. Like there was like 40 different Michael Myers there over the course of the 40 years.
How long were you there?
We got in Thursday, and then we flew back to Rochester on Tuesday.
Okay.
So
that's basically what we did.
Yeah. Just
we did Thursday to Tuesday. The week after these guys were there.
Like our planes passed through the night.
Yeah.
And I was like,
so yeah, and I, in October I did RetroCon, which Casey and I talked about. It was fine, and then went off to LA. Again, it was fine. We had our fun moments and had our crappy moments, but overall it was a fun experience.
I saw the pictures. They were awesome.
Yeah, it was, we had our moments. There were good moments.
You got to see the Fright Night house, man.
Yeah, well, like I said, moments. We did a lot in very little time, so that was exhausting. And I came away with not really needing to go back to LA.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't impressed, to be blunt. It was cool to see what we saw, but unless like something script-wise happens or we get invited to do a certain something,
taking meetings
of that nature,
as people call your people,
I don't see a reason for me to go back. Unless that stuff happened. Or like we said on the other video, unless Danny Elfman got back together with Oingo Boingo for one night only.
The Hollywood Bowl?
Yes, I would absolutely.
You'd have to.
I would do anything and everything.
Yeah, that's like a pilgrimage.
But yeah, I just didn't find it.
Wasn't your scene?
No, it didn't.
I get that.
It didn't really sit
it's
well
different.
with my innards. So again,
food?
While they
or just
the food was great. Okay. It just the whole. I think the vibe. Now I'm not saying
too laid back.
I wouldn't enjoy California because California is quite large.
Vast, yes.
But LA, I don't need to do.
I don't know if I really
did
experienced LA.
I saw the things I wanted to see. I saw some things that I never thought I would see.
Right.
I saw some things from movies that were amazing.
Yeah.
Stood where giants stood.
Yeah.
And I was good. I was good. So.
Yeah, the Friday we were there, we took a bus tour all day. It was a long day, and we went to all the different Halloween filming sites, Halloween 2, Halloween 3 stuff. So that was definitely an experience. I got to see the front of facade of Superstore. Any Superstore fans? No?
They're out there.
We were sitting on the bus, and I'm like, hey! Because you see Cloud9. Got to stand next to the bush that Michael Myers stands next to in Halloween 78.
And then
crazy.
The foliage outside.
Yes. I hate that word. I hate it. I can't say
foliage.
it.
Many a bush.
Yeah. Yes.
Were stood by.
But yes, that was our trips, and when we got back, you just headlong right into Halloween. It just kind of came out of nowhere. I was so spent that I was like, holy shit, Halloween's like next week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, my Halloween experience every year is a little different, but for the most part, I get burnt out real quick.
It's because it's like September 1st. It's Halloween.
Yeah,
to us.
Yeah, and
I don't know about you guys at home, but
and anytime, at least I know for me, the past like 10 years, I've done something Halloween-y far before Halloween.
Oh yeah, same here.
Be it parties, shooting movies, what have you. And then it's like, well, I did my Halloween. And
it's not for another 3 weeks, but I did my Halloween.
Yeah, and this year I felt like once I do Halloween Horror Nights, I'm done. So we did it.
Yeah.
We already had our Halloween get-together here. Did that in late September. Or early October, whatever the hell it was. And that's it. Like...
Bag it up. See you later, Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, we went trick-or-treating.
Yes.
Took our children's out and on Halloween Street here, close to where we live, and that was fun. That was cool.
We'll give him a little... Yeah, when he says Halloween Street, it's literally... Well, maybe not literally, because that would mean it need to be called Halloween Street, but it's something out of a movie. Like, if you think back to, like, watching Hocus Pocus or Trick or Treat, and you see...
Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yeah, you see these streets lined with pumpkins and people and decorations, and that is the street that we want. It's called Summershire Drive, and
Yeah,
it's just wall-to-wall people.
You just call it Halloween Street.
Yeah, it's more fun to call it Halloween Street.
It's pretty wild. So we did that, and that was fun. That was great for
Yeah.
the kiddies. But, I mean, and I've said this over and over again, but for me, being a horror fan, Halloween is just kind of like a little added bonus. You know, it doesn't... I certainly get the feels and the nostalgia and everything every year that comes over me, the fall, the smells, all that stuff.
Well, we didn't really have fall this year.
Well, we're actually going through fall now when we should be...
Getting ready for winter.
And the trees are trying to catch up.
Yeah.
But that's upstate New York. Western New York. Shitty New York. So Halloween is fun for me, but it's not my holiday. So it was over real quick, you know. And I welcomed the switch, the holiday switch, the day after Halloween.
Oh, November 1st hit. I had the list of all the XM holiday stations, and I programmed them into the car, and it was off to the races.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed it's getting sooner and sooner, earlier and earlier.
Oh, definitely. When I worked in the mall for many years, it was like second week in October, and they were already putting up the Christmas lights and the Christmas banners. And
Well, yeah, we went a couple days before Christmas to the mall, and they had already started rocking those Christmas
Halloween
decorations and before Halloween.
Yeah.
Before Halloween, it was like all over the place.
Well, they got people that complain about that. I mean, come on, they got to get ready, because the minute Halloween's over, it's like, boom, gotta get the shopping started. And I've always been that guy that starts super early, because if I find that perfect gift, I gotta get it, you know.
Yeah, I start shopping for people in early October for sure.
Yeah. Plus, it's good to spread out the bills.
Yeah.
Instead of spending $900 in December, I'm spending like $200 here, $200 here.
Yeah, that's
because I love giving gifts.
Me too.
And I make sure to give the best gift. I'll remember something you said in February, and it's like that's going to
That's how I am.
Yeah. But it's getting tough as I get older, and I've been giving gifts to the same person for like 15, 20 years. It's like, oh my God, I'm tapped out of what you cute nichey things that you like.
Yeah.
But yes, excited. I gotta start getting my the rituals, if you will. My stack of Christmas movies, my Case Logic folder of Christmas music.
And we'll try to make a real effort to pump out a couple Christmas themed episodes.
For sure. Even though it's the busy holiday season, we're here, you know.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of my Christmas joy, not all, but a lot of it is tied to my 80's.
Yes.
My 80's Christmases.
Yes.
So there's definitely plenty for us to talk about, and we will. We will do that for you folks.
I almost feel like Christmas is the personification of 80's. I feel like pop culture really hit its stride in the 80's.
Oh, for sure.
So, like, Christmases were just overwhelmingly,
well,
you know.
For 80's kids, it was a banquet.
Yeah. Like, it's hard now. Like, my kids are a little bit older now, so it's difficult to purchase for them. like just insanely difficult. Luckily, my daughter is still kind of on the cusp of like cool little,
You know what's interesting is I thought for sure that this would be the year that it would be the hardest for River, my son, because to me, it felt like he was getting away from the toys.
Yeah.
And going far more into video games and technology
Right.
and stuff like that, which he is.
I need a sound mixing board.
24/7 that kid is doing. But then, like, out of the blue, he started playing with his toys again.
Nice.
He was rocking Star Wars, Transformers, what have you. He just started doing it. And what River will do is he'll bring a pile of his stuff down into the living room, drop it, and then do battles and stuff like that.
Nice.
So he started to do that more often. So I was like, oh, maybe this isn't...
Maybe we still got another year.
Yeah, maybe I still have some time here. So I go, Riv, what are you feeling for Christmas this year? And he's like, Transformers, I want these Transformers. Oh, the new Turtles toys from the new cartoon. He's like, I want all those. You know, I want to finish my grocery gang collection, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, there's a couple other Star Wars things that I still need.
Like,
I'm like, oh, yes.
Those are easy to buy.
Yeah. He knows that that's the stuff that Pops is going to get him. Because to his grandmother and his mom, it's all games.
Right.
It's all, like, the tech stuff.
Yeah.
He asked a couple things. Like, he knows... I think he knows that I'm going to get him the Spider-Man PlayStation 4 game. He knows that. So... that's fine.
Spoiler alert.
But
does he
doesn't watch this.
Okay.
But he wants toys.
Yes.
And who better to go for toys than to the Pops, the geeky, nerdy dad who still collects toys himself and has 3 wish lists, pages long, and has always had wish lists. Since I was a youngin', it's never changed.
The wish list. The Sears or JCPenney
the catalogs, man. The wish books.
Man.
They were great. Now we have Amazon.
Yeah.
But, this year, me, I have, of course, like every year, I have a crap ton of movies, television shows, all that stuff on my wish list. But I want it to be a Star Wars Christmas this year. Ooh. And I always get something Star Wars related every year, but I'm going old school, and I want to...
circa 1983.
Yes. Return of the Jedi stuff. I want to recollect my Return of the Jedi collection that I had, but I can't just be simple about it. I have to get...
You have to be problematic.
Loose, complete, and in box.
Jeez. That's quite an undertaking.
Which is a huge undertaking and ridiculous and selfish and materialistic, but...
it makes you happy.
As I've said before, the packaging is part of the nostalgia for me.
Okay, yeah.
Being able to recollect walking into whatever store that you loved growing up and seeing those things on the pegs, on the shelves, what have you, that's part of the fun and love for those particular items. Yes, I want to have them to pose them and create scenarios and scenes.
Scenarios? Wow.
But I also want to be able to look up and be like, whew, look at that. Look at that vintage packaging.
On card.
Yes.
The kids say.
So what I've done is I've made a list of I did make a list of every Return of the Jedi figure that I had and that I want again.
Okay.
But then I also made a separate list of what I want carded, which isn't everything. It's not everything. Come on. No. I'm not that bad, guys. No. But I'm
you have to start a toy store.
So the loose list is
loose list.
Far bigger.
That's more
it's a yes, you can it's obtainable.
I want to
and
say
it's attainable.
That's not a word.
It's attainable.
Attainable.
And
attainable.
This isn't willy-nilly stuff. This is actually characters and vehicles that I had when I was growing up.
Okay.
And that I would like back. I would like to have them back.
Your grown-up Christmas list.
So what I feel like... So I'm throwing the carded stuff on the wish lists.
They have those on Amazon?
Well, because what you do is you have that little nub on your computers. I don't know if you do, but you can add the Amazon nub. So even if you're on like eBay or some other like website, you hit Amazon and up in the corner, you go down and you add to your wish list. And then from your...
whatever. It has a link to...
Yeah. Yeah.
That just...
Technology!
It just changes things.
Yeah, yeah. So if I'm, say, I'm on a Fright Rags website, and I'm like, I want this shirt, this shirt, this shirt, I just go up in the corner, click down my Amazon thing, add to wish list, add to wish list, add to wish list.
Alright, I'm going to have to Google that.
Yeah, it's easy.
Get some nubs.
It's easy to add your nub.
Nubbins.
Widget, I guess is what they call them.
Okay.
Widgets. So yeah, if I'm on eBay and I'm scouring for Return of the Jedi 1983 vintage packaged figures or vehicles, bloop, bring down that nub and add it. But I have taken those off my wish list, and because Katie was like, she was like, make me a list of the most insane stuff that you want this year, stuff that you were just would blow your mind. And so I moved those carded and, you know, boxed Star Wars things to that particular list for Katie. Because she always likes to outdo me when it comes to Christmas every year. So
You're a good gift giver as well.
it's very easy for me. Again, 3 lists long.
Yeah.
I never don't want anything. You know, there's something I always want. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't buy myself a lot of stuff. So that's where those things go.
Right.
It's also I gotta remember this.
Right.
So maybe if I do have some money one particular day that I can spend on myself.
And he has.
I'd be like, bloop, there. I remember I wanted this, so it's on my wish list.
Nice.
So that's sort of what I do. It's not all for everybody to look at, but it helps,
Yes.
you know. So, to be honest, some of the movies and the things that I get every year is because of that wish list. Because of people, friends, family who just like, there you go. So I'm like, okay, sweet. It's
That's
off
what I
the
wanted,
list.
yeah.
You know. Because I also get, don't you want to be surprised, Chris? You know everything that you want on your list, and if you get it, then you got it. I'm like, but I want it.
You don't know what you're getting. You're
it's
still being surprised.
It's still a mixed bag.
Yeah.
It just happens
Especially
to be
because
on my list.
Your list is an eclectic array of different things.
Yeah.
So it's not like just like
Toys,
40
movies,
DVDs,
posters,
Blu-rays, it's
T-shirts,
like, you know,
books,
a
things
book,
like that.
game,
and all geeky
figure.
stuff.
Yes.
You know? So, you know, that's what I always argue. I'm just like, well, but I want it.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares if it's like, you know, it's on my list. But do you really want something that's like, you know, $5, you know, after school special?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, yes, I do.
That's
why it's on the
list.
list. She's like, but don't you want to be blown away? I'm like, I love
It
everything I
does,
get,
yeah.
you know? Like, I am appreciative, and I love everything. Like, I'm like, finally, yes, I can add it to my collection, you know? Like, I have it, so, you know, whatever.
Where I'm the exact opposite, where I don't really have people that buy me geeky stuff, so I have to do it myself.
Well, but now you do.
Yes.
You know? So that's why I asked for to make an Amazon wish list.
I gotta check that over. Now that there's widgets involved.
Yeah, you gotta get on that.
All right, that'll be on.
Santa Sievage is shopping
Santa
for
Sievage.
friends.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So. But yeah. Oof.
I know, it's a lot.
Times, man.
Yeah, a lot to take in.
So what do you want to do now? do you want to take this break?
Yeah, let's take a little break. I brought cereal for us.
Oh.
I brought Funko. Came out with Christmas Vacation cereal. with Clark Griswold and Cousin Eddie, and we're gonna have a bowl real quick.
I can't wait to taste Cousin Eddie.
Oh,
I'm sure he's gonna taste real shitty.
but yes, grab something at home, and we'll be right back.
Oh yes, ooh, Clark.
Sticker.
Big Ben. Parliament.
I get angry just thinking about it makes me mad. Little kids doing drugs, it turns my stomach. That stuff hurts. It stops you from living up to your potential. It holds you back. It hurts the user. It hurts his family. And it hurts his friends. I just want to shake some sense into you kids that are using drugs and thinking about using. So remember, don't, or else. Okay?
Things aren't going your way. Doesn't seem to be your day.
I just can't win.
Come on, little guy, it's time to shine. Come to showbiz pizza, leave it all behind. Knock 'em down, get 'em in. Yeah, you're gonna win.
I win.
Showbiz pizza.
I feel like a new man.
Where a kid can be a kid. Imagine me and you and me, together eating golden grams so happily. That crispy graham and honey taste was meant to be so happy together. Love that golden honey and graham cracker taste of golden grams. It's a part of your complete breakfast, those golden grams.
All right, that was delicious, delicious cereal with almond milk.
The shitter was full.
Oh, it will be later. But yes, as we said, the holidays are coming up. We're going to have some great episodes. If you want, on the comments, leave us maybe some suggestions. I'm thinking.
Yeah, why don't you folks talk to us? Let us know what you want us to talk about.
I know what I would like to do, and maybe you guys will agree, but I think Christmas music episode.
I mean, I think we should do a couple segments.
Yes, not just one episode about Christmas. Yeah,
a couple segments, but 2 Christmas episodes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
something like that.
What movies we watch.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Traditional
TV shows
things. Oh, yeah,
as well, yeah. I feel like you'll have a long... That's why you don't finish these things. Your lists are just too long. You have to condense these suckers.
Yeah.
Because you're more of a TV... I feel like you're more of a TV show Christmas guy than a TV... and than a movie, Christmas movie guy.
No, it's kind of half and half.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of half and half. Yeah, I mean, we've got our list of movies.
Like, do you have a legit list? Or is it all...
It's kind of like the Christmas movies that we have in our collection. They are the Christmas movies that we watch every year.
Yes.
And they are together on the shelf up there. They're all together.
Yeah, I think I... With
So
the exception of
basically-
some TV shows that need to stay with their TV show collections.
I just
I
take
put
them
most
out
of
of the case like this,
Yeah.
go like this, and place them on the table, and sort of we just go through. That's what we do.
Like, I don't have The Simpsons put away
Oh, I'm not.
with the Christmas stuff, so I gotta watch at least the first episode of all time.
There's, we'll get into it, but yes, there is some. It's not as vast as you might think.
Interesting.
So, but they are yearly staples.
Yes.
So
It's funny how, when you break that down in your head, how many times you've seen a certain... Just movies in general. You know, how many times you've seen this movie, that movie. And I never really stopped to think, like, how many times I've seen It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, it's probably, if I'm 40, it's probably high 30s, maybe more if I see it more than once a year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you could ballpark what movie you've seen the most in your life?
just every movie in general, any movie in general.
Yeah.
No. No, because I am a multiple viewer.
Right.
From a very young age. And certainly when we were kids. Kids I feel we tend to overwatch movies.
Just on repeat.
Yeah, we would just repeat it. You know, everybody has those movies that you grew up with, that it was on like rotation,
right.
Or every time you went to somebody's house or family members or whatever, there was a movie that you know.
I mean, I saw John Carpenter's Halloween 3 times this. Or watched it.
Yeah, I mean, there's too many to name.
What about the one you've seen the most in theaters?
I'm surprised we haven't talked about this. Yes, I do have a movie that I've seen the most
there we go.
in theaters. It is Fellowship of the Ring.
Interesting.
18 times.
Wow, dude.
18 times. And
not a short movie.
But, no. In theaters, 18 times Fellowship of the Ring. I love the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Love it. Wow. And before that, and this is sad. Before that, the record was The Phantom Menace with 14 times.
Jesus.
And every single time I said,
I'm good.
This has to get better. I could not deal with the fact that I didn't like it. And I think I liked it probably like maybe the first 2 times where I just kept, I was like, this is the newest this is Star Wars, and I was like, this was great. And then maybe by the second viewing I was like, is this great? And I just kept going because I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to accept it, that it wasn't good.
I'll never forget it. Sitting there with my two of my closest buddies, Googs, Chris Godowski and Dan Ostrander, and we're at the midnight showing, top row. I had a little carte blanche because I worked at the theater, so we were able to sneak in before anybody got their seats. And we're sitting there and the movie starts, and the one dude goes, "Are you brain dead?" And I just see Dan's head just go, oh God. And then he's like looking over at me, and he's looking over at Chris, and it just kind of like sunk in that this might suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, we give it a bit of a pass because it is Star Wars, but it is probably...
I don't give it much of a pass.
It's definitely at the bottom. I put...
It is my least favorite of those films.
It's second to last. I put Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones is pretty close. The only reason I have Attack of the Clones a tiny bit higher is because of the theater experience.
See.
Because the theater experience blew my mind. Because it was fantastic. Like, outside of a rock show, I have never been in a theater so exuberant before than Attack of the Clones until the Avengers.
Oh.
And then the Avengers was like a rock concert. But so at that time, I had never experienced anything like that in a movie theater. Because in that arena scene, when Mace Windu shows up and he's like, this party's over. And all the Jedi show up.
Yeah.
The theater, I mean, people were up out of their seats, screaming, cheering. You saw like lightsabers in the air.
It was like a taping of Oprah where they...
It was insane.
Oh, no.
And you couldn't help but be taken away with it. So there was so much laughing and clapping and just people like losing their shit because we had never seen this many Jedi going at it. You know what I mean?
Going at it. Huh?
And then it happened again when Yoda started fighting.
Dooku, yeah.
But we were like laughing more than anything else. We were just like, this is hilarious. Like, what is going on here? But people were losing their shit, you know? But the movie was atrocious.
See, I put Phantom above Clones because of the hype. The build-up was...
The build-up was great.
It was amazing. Just, you know, trying to find... Because it's early internet. So you're trying to find that somebody videotaped the trailer. You're trying to find that secret trailer, the mirror, to watch it on, you know...
Yeah, I remember all that
Brockport's
stuff. Because it was lining
internet,
up. The whole lining up thing started really
and then all the merch,
crazy. And
getting in line at Toys
R
Us.
Toys R Us, yep, I remember
which
that.
I did. And
I did it too.
Great story. Sitting there, we're in lawn chairs. Chris Godowski again. This kid walks up. We've all been in line for a good couple hours. And I recognize him. He lived across the street from my grandmother. And whenever I'd visit my grandmother, him and I would hang out. This was the kid that would get everything for Christmas. You know, he got every single mask. When I had
a couple of friends like that.
Yeah. So it was always cool to hang out and go over to his house and play. But I hadn't seen him in decades. But he walks up and he just goes right to the front of the line. And we're like, what you doing there, friend? He's like, oh, I was here earlier and I had to leave. I'm like, that's not how this works. You don't just, you know.
This was my spot a while ago.
Yeah. So then he was like, you know what? Why don't you ask all these people how they feel about it? And not my norm, but I got up and I asked everybody in line. And I was like, I'm here to take a survey. And I told him the whole bit, and everybody was against it. And he stormed off and said, I'll be back. And then everybody decided to pick up their chair and just move one over. I'm like, oh, okay. It's nice knowing you. But he never came back.
Yeah.
I actually was worried for my grandmother's sake, so I actually confronted him a couple days later. I was like, and everything got smoothed out. But yeah, that was my...
You don't mess with a man waiting in line for Star Wars toys.
That have now been opened up and given to my son and probably sold off at this point.
Yeah, you know, I think about those toys and what a garbage heap it was.
Like, oh yeah, well those...
I mean, I don't have a one left of those Phantom Menace toys. Not at all.
I might have the special Mace Windu, the pre that came out where you had to... I still have
nothing.
that. I'm gonna go with maybe not.
I totally got rid of it, or I gave it to River, because he doesn't care.
Right.
You know, I mean, he doesn't like Phantom Menace, but as far as toys are concerned, I'll take the Star Wars toy.
Yeah.
You know.
I wonder if I do. I feel like I got rid of everything. I mean, I still have my original Star Wars, but anything Phantom Menace, and there was a ton because I worked at Media Play at the time as well. It was just
it was
all the applause figures.
I worked at KB.
It's turned into a Star Wars podcast, not podcast video.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm gonna bring it back. But Star Wars is such a nostalgic Christmas thing because that's all I got. I had a couple He-Man, I had a couple G.I. Joes. It was all Star Wars.
Yeah,
Christmases were just...
Yeah, I had a variety, but the main toy line was Star Wars, certainly from 1980 to 1984 for me, for sure. It was all Star Wars.
Either that or Indiana.
I mean, I definitely, again, He-Man, you know, that was all there.
Couple. I had a couple.
I had those, I've
never owned a He-Man or Skeletor.
Huh.
I've all had the ancillary characters. I just wanted to say that word. Ancillary.
And we'll talk about toys, folks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about...
Don't worry.
That'll be the second episode.
Don't worry.
We'll do one where it's music, movies, and then we'll do gifts. Traditions.
I
love
my favorite holiday, Christmas. Can't wait.
The food. There's just so much. So yeah, leave comments. Talk about what you want us to discuss. We got any business? Any other? Anything? Nothing? Thanksgiving's coming up.
A real 80s traditional Thanksgiving is coming up. We're gonna listen to some Duran Duran.
I hated it as a kid because it was just Christmas without presents. It was just, like,
I gotta say, as far as Thanksgiving goes, and
I love it now.
80s Thanksgiving, I loved it because of the food. That's it. And I think as an adult, I love it because of the food. So not much has really changed. Growing up, it was a family event. Everybody got together. Right. We all went to somebody's house. Either it was our house or my grandmother's house, whatever. Everybody showed up.
Watched football.
We had a hell of a great feast. And then, you know, as kids, we just played and did whatever. Good fun. As an adult, it really is. It's like an appetizer to the main course.
Yeah,
it really is. You know, you get your turkey and your everything. But see, I don't know. Now, I was talking with my wife about this, and I would like to know your rituals as far as foods were concerned. So, when I was growing up, we had, for Thanksgiving, we had turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, cranberry sauce, all of the accoutrements that you would get with your Thanksgiving dinner. But then on Christmas, we would do the same thing. We had turkey, mashed potatoes.
No ham?
Ham for us was always like an Easter thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Easter family dinner, we'd have ham. But for Thanksgiving and Christmas, it was essentially the same thing. Even pies, even the pumpkin pies and things like that.
Yeah.
Now Katie tells me, or since being with her and knowing her family and everything, Thanksgiving was traditional, and then for Christmas, they would have like pot roast or like a big pasta, like Italian meal or something.
I know it,
that wasn't the turkey
7
and
fishes. That's a thing for the Italian tradition. My grandmother was huge, and I miss this dearly because she doesn't cook as often. Chicken French. So she would do chicken French, and then like this potato dish where they would take like the cornflakes, crackle them up, so you got that layer of cornflakes for that crispy crunch.
Crispy crunch.
But yeah, I feel like it was mostly turkey and ham and stuffing and all the usual stuff.
Yeah. So when I, first started dating Katie, that whole regime changed. And what was my family putting together these meals twice a year? Yeah. Now it was their family, and I was experiencing foods that I eat, of course, but foods that I normally don't eat on Christmas Day. So it was interesting, the switchover, Yeah. Last year, I believe we had chicken curry for our Christmas dinner.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's just weird.
Aren't you guys putting together a nice little
on Christmas? No, we're not. No. We're not doing that, but we are. We just were talking about it for our Christmas party, which I will shoot some of, folks. I promise I will shoot some of, and it'll go in a video. I swear. I know I always say that about our get-togethers.
He's trying to enjoy himself. Yes, obviously we want to show you what we're experiencing, but you're also trying to experience.
So we are doing a Christmas.
Yes.
I have done a Christmas shindig every year for a long time, and yes,
I got to experience for the first time last year. It was wonderful.
Yes, for the so the Sievage family get-together Christmas party, Katie is making roast, mashed potatoes, veggies, things of that nature for the main dish, and then all day is going to be snacks, finger foods, treats, things like that.
While watching oodles, or are we doing just
Christmas
movies, or are we doing?
I think it's going to be movies, maybe a couple of specials here and there
for people to maybe take a moment to.
Yeah, but I think
grab a drink.
I think it's mostly going to be Christmas movies of all varieties, of all genres. As far as
you're gonna decorate
horror
down here.
Oh, we're not doing it down here.
Oh,
it's upstairs again.
Oh, okay.
Convenience, upstairs. It's mostly Christmas Wonderland upstairs. So we want to keep the vibe there. Easy access to walking in and out of the kitchen, you know, stuff like that.
Now, what's today's date?
Today's date,
right now, where we're shooting,
the 7th. It's tomorrow. It's going to be a month from the party.
And what are you already doing to your?
Oh, Christmas decorating. It's November.
I walked in and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I was expecting to see like Mel Torme or in the corner.
Bing Crosby.
He's dead.
Oh, they're here.
But we can
The
bring him
ghosts.
back from the portal.
Yeah, yeah. November 7th is today's date.
Yes. He's already
And
and I love it.
I would say this has definitely been the earliest that I personally have ever decorated. I have married into a family that also loves Christmas as much as I do.
When did that get come into play in the courtship?
We knew right away. I mean, it's something that like we talked about right up front. You know, like holidays, things like that. And I told her my love of Christmas, and then she was like, "Oh my God, like Christmas is amazing," and that's her favorite. Christmas is amazing. So yes, it's you know, my son loves Christmas. Her family is big into Christmas. So like, it's just, you know, it's a powerful thing in the Seaver household, and we, like I was telling him, we tend to start mid-November, start decorating. Always we do the tree the day after Christmas.
Right.
So Black Friday, if you will. But this year, my wife was just feeling it a little earlier than normal. And she was like, why don't you start pulling stuff out?
Let's do it.
And so now Christmas has begun to vomit all over our house. And I would say probably by the weekend, the end of the weekend.
With the exception of the tree.
With the exception of the tree, every Christmas thing in the house will be up.
Nice.
And people have come to really enjoy it every time we do parties. They like, it's like, oh, you're going to the Seavers. Well, get ready to have Christmas smacked in your fucking grill.
Right when you walk in. Ooh.
Yeah, it's it is a winter wonderland, and we love it. Cause like, listen, it's the one time of the year where we feel we can go balls deep, and we really do. We do it with decorations.
Not usually the phraseology combined.
You know what I
Christmas,
mean?
But
we
you get the picture.
It's the happiest time of the year.
It is.
The music, the atmosphere, the colors, the smells, the sights, the sounds, all of it is amazing. The giving of presents, the getting of presents, the decorating, the foods, everything. It's a really awesome time of the year.
It's really the one thing with, you know, Halloween, maybe not a close second, where like traditions are really just, I mean, you don't just do the same thing every summer. I mean, you go on vacation during the summer, but it's that November, December where you just stick to the basics.
It's Christmas, man.
And just reliving the things that
Tis
made
the
you
season.
Happy when you were a kid.
And that's another thing, nostalgia. Nostalgia is a huge part of it for me.
Oh, yeah.
Always has been. You know, I connect to it on a very real, different spiritual level.
I mean, the ornaments. I mean, I have ornaments from when I was like 4.
So do I. So do I.
You just take it out of the box and you're just like, I remember putting this up. And just coming down the stairs.
Yeah, so it's such a connection. I mean, I'm early 40s, but I still believe in Santa Claus.
I agree.
I still believe in Santa.
There's still that, yeah.
And the traditions of believing in Santa Claus, if you will.
Now, if I see him in the mall and he waves to me, goosebumps. I'm like, Santa just waved at me. And I know it's, you know. I
like to keep those traditions alive.
You should have a Santa come to your party.
That would be great. Chris Tansky.
Oh, I have to get a suit.
Santa Tansky.
I got a friend. That actually would be kind of funny.
It'd be awesome. That'd be so dope. Santa coming to the party. We're watching Silent Night, Deadly Night 2!
My favorite! Ricky really got shafted. Sidebar, Ghostbusters.
What about it?
That's my movie I've seen the most in theaters.
Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
With maybe Austin Powers' Gold Member being second, which is an odd choice.
Interesting.
I know, but working in the theater, we used to have just total movie privileges. So 11 o'clock, we'd be like, "Yeah, you want to watch something?" And we'd go in and we would just run down stuff. But then like someone else took over the theater, and then there was insurance issues, so we couldn't do that anymore.
Well, when I was young, as to what you're talking about, the movie I saw the most in theaters at the time was Back to the Future 2, and it was 6 times.
Mm.
I went every single time by myself.
It was the theater was that close?
The first time and the last time. Yeah, we just walked down
Wow.
from my house to the theater.
That's wonderful. How long of a walk?
As a kid, I don't know, man. You know,
Okay.
what do you gauge? As a kid, you just don't really think about it. You're just you're just doing it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like a
I wish I
haul.
had a theater.
You know, or ride a bike or whatever we did. But the downtown from where I lived, and Wellsville's a very small little town.
Yeah. Is that you said the theater's still around?
It is. Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Still looks the same.
The outside does.
Yeah.
They upgraded. They didn't actually. They recently updated on the inside with like digital and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. How many screens?
It's just 2.
That's cool.
One upstairs and one downstairs.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Huh. One upstairs.
And they just recently did all the seats, new screens, digital projection, new sound, all that stuff.
Well, that's cool that they were able to do that. You know.
So
That's
before
not
that,
cheap.
it was, it was still projection, and the sounds weren't the greatest.
Were you allowed access to posters? Like, were you the kid they knew? Like, oh, here's Chris. And you were like...
At Video Connection, yes.
Oh.
At our 80's, 90s video store, mom and pop video store, Video Connection, yes, I was
They were
that
cool
kid.
with, okay.
Yeah.
They were cool with...
It became like, you know...
Can I have that when
It
you
was,
guys are done?
I had a name. They knew who I was.
That's cool.
I was allowed to shoot there for making movies and stuff, and I got all that stuff, standees, all that stuff. I got to reserve stuff before anybody else.
Oh.
Like, probably because like most of the stuff I reserved was like sex comedies or horror, and it wasn't like
No one else is gonna
who was reserving bad taste at the time. You know what I mean? Like, but I knew it was coming, so I
Oh,
was
did
like,
you see
oh, I
that's
want
coming out
that.
on 4K?
Yeah, I saw that he's finally messing with those.
I wonder if he's gonna do Phoebes.
He's doing all.
He's doing all.
He's mentioned all of them. Yeah.
Shit. Be cool if someone had a really cool new projector to
Uh-huh.
show these things.
Yeah.
Anywho. But yeah, we're gonna do more episodes. We swear. We just wanted to do a quick one here, bare bones stripped,
Yeah, obviously
not
you
our
can
usual
tell this is not our
gimmick.
usual thing.
because that's all real.
Yes.
We don't want
yes.
Yeah, but this.
That's too. That's a live learning audience.
Yes.
Yes.
Holograms and shit.
Yeah.
But
And that's in 2065, right?
I know.
What,
69.
2069?
because you know,
I've
69.
time is just so crazy. Time
up is down, down is up.
Mhm.
Dogs and cats.
Cats and
live.
dogs.
But yes, thank you for watching our return. And
Well, I would like to show off.
you got some stuff.
I got some stuff.
Sidebar. Sorry.
Got some stuff I want to show off.
This is improvised, people.
Yeah, we're doing this for
He's looking at his wiener.
just giving you guys a little what's been going on and all that stuff. But clearly, you know that it's not a normal episode. But those are coming. So, but we wanted to keep a few things normal, like the commercial breaks and the things that we might have recently picked up. So,
That's cereal.
all right.
What?
So,
Oh. I will be your spokesmodel if you want.
so these are the few things in the last couple of months that I have procured.
Good word.
Either as a gift
Great word.
or
Did you come back with
I
any
was able to do
souvenirs
myself.
from Los Angeles?
I did not.
I didn't really get much either.
Listen, like I can't believe how much money I spent in Los Angeles
But
didn't bring back a thing. Like, and then the more I think about it, I'm like, wow, okay, so it was food and the things that we did.
Yeah.
Like, because we did we did the Warner Brothers tour, we did Universal tour, we did Universal Studios, we did Disney, we did we did Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah. Universal Studios, the attraction, all that stuff. We went to a bunch of shops. We did, you know.
Yeah.
We saw Halloween, the new Halloween opening night, Thursday night.
Oh, thumbs up.
When we got in.
Thumbs up?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Thought it was fantastic.
Leave in the comments if you like the Halloween movie as well. But
you know, the only thing I didn't like was the very ending.
Yes.
I was so like...
Listen, I've accepted it now, so when I saw it the second time, I liked it more. But I thought this was going to be closure. Not to turn this into a review episode. I thought there was going to be closure, but now it seems like they're just going to go on the same path. Yeah, they're just going to go on the same path.
Because it made money.
That's so disappointing, because I thought it was just going to be, this is it. You know, H40, Jamie Lee versus Michael.
Yeah, but did you really think there would never be more Halloween movies?
I think reboot it,
you know?
I guess. I don't know.
So there was always going to be more Halloween movies. Michael Myers, just like all of our...
So are we going to be getting Michael Myers movies for the next 40 years? More years?
I think we are.
That's a lot.
Just like Jason. We will get Jason movies.
Will we, though?
Yes,
God damn it.
We will. It's just taking longer than it needs to for a Friday.
But yeah, I didn't buy that much either. I got a couple of cool autographs, which I should have brought.
So I came away.
Unprepared.
I came away with a present for my wife.
I got stuff for my kids.
Because honestly, I was looking more stuff for presents, for Christmas presents, while I was out there.
I wasn't there yet.
For River and Katie, and I did see something that
caught your eye.
I was
You're
like,
fancy.
oh, okay, Katie would like this, so
nice.
I did buy that.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, I did not. But I did when I was at RetroCon.
Oh, that's right.
Now, RetroCon is basically it's a convention where they sell nothing but your childhood.
Yeah.
It's huge. Over 180 tables of nothing but toys from the 80s and early 90s. So it's insane.
Yeah, I went to one maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and it was a blast. I went with a couple of my buddies with our website under scoopfire.com, and he sold some things, I sold some things, and we met people.
Well, we were selling.
Yeah.
We didn't do as good as we did last year. And honestly, there was a weird vibe the whole 2 days.
Not as crowded, or?
It seemed like there was a lot of people. I don't know. The vendors definitely were kind of all sort of complaining about how the business wasn't as booming.
Now, are they bringing in way more celebrities that is taking money from the... No?
Man, it was only about 5 people, and they... they were cool, but it wasn't anybody that was like breaking the bank,
Gotcha.
you know. I don't know.
That's the concern when you go to like a horror convention is people are spending so much money on the autographs that they're not coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was not
that case.
Case. And I didn't really... There was plenty of stuff that I wanted to walk out of there with.
Was there...
I just couldn't.
Gougers?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, right. There's that.
You had priorities in buying certain things, wasn't it?
If we had done better,
Gotcha.
Yes, I would have. But honestly, I would have... Because I was looking for stuff for my wife and kid.
Gotcha.
Because they're also easy to get for. Because they're both nerds, and I know what they like.
So what'd you get?
But I got to add to my carded, boxed Return of the Jedi recollection. Really, I've only got 3 so far. But this was on my list.
Nice.
This is the Return of the Jedi speeder bike. Boxed.
Still got a tag on it. That's awesome. What
Yes.
store?
Sears. But it doesn't have the price.
Oh.
but this was from Sears, folks.
Pretty decent shape.
It's still got the
Directions.
manual. It's
Manuel Lewis.
still got Emmanuel. All that good stuff. I love that Kenner, man. We really do care. That was on every one of their.
Good for them.
I love Kenner. Damn you, Hasbro. So, and it's in here, but
What are we missing? We're missing something there.
we are missing a handle, which,
You could probably get that.
yeah, I'll find.
Yeah.
And we're missing one flap. It does have a flap in here.
Oh, flaps.
On the back.
Oh, shoot.
People love those flaps.
I don't know if
You
I
gotta
have the
those
flaps.
flaps.
I'm going to have to check when I get home.
Oh, yeah, here's the one flap.
Oh, that's what we should do. We should, over Thanksgiving break, we should film.
Oh yeah, you.
My
Yes,
man
yes,
cave.
we need to. We need
Yes. It'll just be me and the dogs, because the girlfriend's going out of town for family.
to. Well, that sounds great.
And then that's perfect.
I will be there with cameras on.
Nice.
So I did get that. Mark that off my list.
Are you willing to divulge the price?
Oh, the reason I got this. Actually, I made an audible gasp when I saw it.
Did you
I mean,
Did you do this? Did you
it-
put the...
No, but I was like really loud.
That's an audible gasp.
$20.
Come on!
$20.
I
couldn't-
have that.
I couldn't believe it.
Out of box, I don't have the box. I would probably have still paid that. What?
I was.
I mean, it's not tip-top shape, but that's
No, but
pretty,
it
that's
is.
pretty
It,
decent.
come on, this is in shit. I mean, I was like, I've seen this in worse shape go
more.
for $50. You know,
I mean, yeah, it's missing the one thing.
$20.
That's still
I'm gonna
a
get
good
another.
price. Yeah.
I will track down another speeder bike, and I'll track down that thing. It's not gonna be a big deal.
I like the repro that came out.
But yeah.
That is
So
great.
that is adding to my list, and it makes me feel like a kid again.
Yes, it moved.
It did several movements. Also, guys, Fangoria came back,
Yes,
and I happen to have a subscription,
I as well as
so here it is, the new Fangoria.
beautiful. Now those. Oh, I'm not spending $70 on a magazine subscription. Yeah, that's a high price, but this is not a magazine.
Yeah, this is like a coffee table book.
You're getting quality.
This is quality. They put a lot of time, effort, money. They spared no expense.
Yeah.
It is heavy.
We cooked the T-Rex.
It is great stock material.
Paper stock.
I mean, this thing is shiny, glossy, beastly.
Not many ads. They're not.
No, not at all,
Yeah.
really. And
They're selling you horror and nostalgia love.
that's, you know what? I was going to say, it's like a mix of modern and nostalgia. It really is.
Yeah.
It's like you are getting old school Fangoria in a modern package. It's half and half, I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like they're throwing some of the new, you know, how they would do shit today.
Yeah.
Putting together a magazine, articles, whatnot, the stuff that they're talking about, but then mixing it with everything that you sort of grew up with, being
why
a
you
monster
came
kid,
to love it,
being
yeah.
a Fango kid,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Kudos, for real. And I plan on doing a Fangoria-centric episode for It Crept from the 80's. So I'll talk a little bit more about this in that. Well, I'll go through like my Fangoria collection, what it meant to me, what have you.
I'd like to be on that.
Hey, if you want to be on it,
Yeah.
do it. We'll do it. It'll be our Fango episode. 1980s to modern. Anyway, so I got that.
Let's book it. First episode, 2019.
It's
Fango.
booked. Fangoria.
Boom. This
He
was
said it here.
This
Keep
was
us-
my first Fango purchase.
What do you mean?
This is. I never had to buy Fango. My old man had a subscription from day one.
No.
So when I got this was my first.
Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. mean, I did have a subscription that I didn't pay for.
Oh, okay.
So I guess, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So then
Next.
this...
Oh, look at this.
This is the NECA 18-inch, maybe it's
Hey now.
20-inch, I don't know.
Oh.
Donatello, fully
Size does not
articulated.
matter.
Beautiful 1990 movie version, New Line Cinema. Donatello. This completes my turtle group, the 4 turtles, the brothers.
Yeah, you gotta have all 4. You don't just stop.
This was, I just got this, and this was because this was a Christmas gift that was on the front steps in a box that was labeled all over it, NECA, Donatello, Turtles, and my wife was just kind of like,
Well,
just open it, you know, like, she was, you know, she was just like, why do they do this? Why do companies put their everything right on it? Like, so this was going to be a Christmas gift. And she had gotten me the 3 previous turtles for either Christmas or birthdays. And now she's like, you finally have Donatello. So there. I've got 1990 movie Donatello. These NECA guys, these are fantastic.
look at this.
The
Look at
detail, they are amazing. They really are.
They got wieners. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so... Then,
that's heavy.
yeah.
That could kill
yeah.
someone.
Oh yeah, they are beasts.
Wow.
That's a lot of plastic.
Oh. Yeah.
So I picked up, when this came out, the 4K Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Solid film.
Yeah, I really dig
fun,
the film.
yeah.
And it is our second 4K Blu-ray. The first being Pacific Rim Uprising.
That's because it came free? Or that was a choice?
I love Pacific Rim too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
It's great. Do you like the first one?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I love the first one.
Wonderful.
And the second one is a blast.
All right.
People hate those movies. I don't understand why people hate those movies. It's beyond me because it is.
I mean, it's just monsters.
It's
and
monsters
robots
fighting robots.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
What do
Anyway.
you want more? But my thing with the sequel was I felt the first Pacific Rim ended so perfectly that I didn't think a sequel was
Sequel
necessary.
definitely expands on the mythology for sure, and it expands in a very cool, super science fiction fantasy way.
Okay.
So it's far more. I know it's great.
Okay.
So I got these. It does have the Blu-rays with them, and the Pacific Rim one is Blu-ray 3D as well. Because I'm still on that train. I really enjoy 3D, and even more so 3D at home, because
You're right there.
Yeah,
It's
it
right,
really
yeah.
is immersive.
Yeah.
So I quite enjoy that. But the reason we started getting 4K is because we knew gradually that we were going to make that shift with our entertainment,
Upgrade, if you will.
and we recently did.
Which is a movie people should see.
Which I want to see. That's gonna, for me, I think that's just gonna be a blind buy because I know I'm gonna like
Well,
it.
Christmas is coming.
You know, yeah, Christmas is coming. It's coming. So I got it. I have not been able. I don't know what it's gonna look like in 4K because Katie just got the TV and we don't have a 4K player yet. But we will. At least it's got the Blu-ray. Katie hasn't seen it either, so that'll be fun when we finally dip into this. And then I got...
We live in the golden age, people.
I posted about this. This is The Unnameable. And this is from Unearthed Classics, MVD Visual. This movie is from 1988. And this is one of the movies that I rented so many times when my cousins would come over and we'd have like horror movie nights, we'd rented The Unnameable, and then when Unnameable 2 came out, we rented Unnameable 2.
There's an Unnameable 2?
There is, and it's not as good as the first one.
I don't think I knew about that.
But it's got a lot of the same cast.
Huh.
And it's a little more, I want to say, comical.
Gotcha.
It's a little more comical. And Julie Strain plays the creature in the sequel. But The Unnameable, I might be on my own little island here, but this movie is rad. This movie is so cool, so creepy, so atmospheric, bloody. This is one of the movies that when I was a kid, whatever, okay, 88, so I was like 11, 12, watching this movie, and there's a scene in this movie that scared me. No matter how many times I saw it, I dreaded it always coming up in the part, and I would like get ready for it. But there's a scene where the creature comes out of the darkness, and she has this terrifying scream throughout the movie. This creature, ugh, I can hear it in my head now, and she just comes out and screams, and you see the creature in full glory, full makeup for the first time. Scared the fudge out of me growing up, but I loved it. It's a great movie.
It's that video cover instantly recognizable.
Not this.
No, this is beautiful.
This is newly.
Right.
This is a newly painted. Yes, but the video cover was a you just picked it up. But so quite honestly, I cannot believe I have The Unnameable
on Blu-ray
on a newly restored 4K transfer of the movie. I can't wait to see this on the big screen down here because, one, I've never seen the movie in widescreen.
Oh wow!
Because it was always
it was always
4:3 pan scan. Yeah. It was always that when you rented it. Two, the VHS was muddy, so it was always a dark film. And as I got older watching the film or owning the film, I always felt like, am I missing something?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what I'm missing. I can't wait to see details that I never picked up before on a freaking 4K transfer of The Unnameable. So thank you to Unearthed Classics and MVD Visual. Thank you for putting this out. I will probably do an interview. A review of this thing once I pop it in and do the whole thing, because I'm a features hound as well, and it's got a bunch of features that I can't wait to dip into. But honestly, I can't wait to see the picture, the quality. It's going to be wild. So, and that was a for me, specifically for me.
Often.
I was like, I'm doing it. When am I? Come on.
Right.
I'm not passing this up.
You took it off your wish list?
I did take it off my wish list, and there it is. It's mine, The Unnameable. And there we go. So that was it. That's it.
Well, should we naked gun this, or
are we gonna? So I guess are we gonna get zapped back or what? I don't know.
No, we're here for the.
Oh, for the that makes sense.
That
makes sense. Yes, because they're redoing the 2069.
Well, all the kids are on break,
80's teaching.
and they get a long break too.
Yeah.
So we were given
not like we were back in the 80s.
Some kind of
yeah. So I guess we'll be doing these special shows direct from my old home here in 2018, where my wife still is and my son.
Yeah. Didn't know we were gone.
No. So it's great. So,
we left Carrie.
Oh,
fuck.
Oh man,
She's
Carrie.
still there.
Carrie.
Well,
you never know though. Carrie may show up.
Maybe they'll find her. She's lost in time, folks.
She may pop
She's
in
on assignment.
She is a warrior. She's a time warrior.
Oh my God.
if you will. She's out there, man.
The war paint. She's kicking ass, taking names, but
she's hanging out in phone booths.
She probably does not know that we got sent back. So
it's crazy, crazy times. Who knows? You may see Ruby. You may see a bunch of other people that. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows? But good times ahead. Great times ahead for the holidays, 2019 and beyond. So, thanks for watching. Right?
yes.
Yeah. What do you want to do, Tansky, right now? What do you?
Oh, we're not doing that.
Oh no! Naked Gun Police Squad.
Police Squad in color.
Credits go down.
It's an 80s thing, folks.
All right.
All right.
Bye.